In this video, I'm breaking down the secret that smaller virgins are using to rack up massive point totals without bots, without VC connections, and without six-figure wallets. Turns out there's a whole underground meta in the Virtuals protocol community, specifically with smaller accounts stacking 50 to 100,000 Virgin Points a day with nothing but hustle and a few $100. And I wanted to know how these accounts are pulling it off without whale-sized wallets. So I spent weeks studying these underdogs, trying to reverse engineer their playbook. Once you find out how they're doing it, you'll never farm points the same again. If you want to see your name climbing the Genesis leaderboard, then be sure to stick around until the end. And I want you to drop your point total in the comments below. We'll find out how many of you really have the drive it takes to make it in the trenches and advance to the next level of this AI ecosystem. I'm Ray, and welcome to the Cash Lab, guys, where we explore new ways to turn tech trends into profits. If you're new here, welcome home. I've been balls deep in the Web3 space since the 2017 bull run. Stuck around, learn the cycles, and 2025 is the year we make life-changing money. See guys, you don't need 100 grand. You need consistency, timing, and a proven strategy. You'll see firsthand the agents they target, staking patterns that give them an edge, how they use strategic yapping to multiply their points. You're also going to learn the one mistake to avoid that will wipe your points to zero. So let's dive in. It turns out the point system isn't fixed. Mircea discovered that experimenting with timing, volume, and agent selection made all the difference. He tested everything. Heavy stakes, high volume, and got crushed. Then he pivoted. Let's see what tips he has for us today. So this is Mircea, and I am probably butchering this guy's name, but I've been following him for a while. He posts really good content if you are trying to be a virgin. And what makes it more relatable is that this guy doesn't have 100,000 followers. He is a daily grinder. So Mircea starts off with the headline, "You do not need 20,000 or some crazy volumes to farm more points. You just need to be disciplined and organized." And you can see his daily active bonus was 63,000 points. Mircea only has 3,500 followers. So if he doesn't have a $20,000 wallet and he doesn't have 20,000 followers, how is he doing this? So he starts off just by talking about all of the different things he tried, staking thousands in agents, big volume buys. The whales were stealing the show. So first he started with small swaps at different hours and testing if the different times of day he was making these swaps had any effect. After the points distribution, I made little swaps on Uniswap with Virtuals, and I bought AIXBT, AIXCB, and Trust. The OG agents were not Genesis launches. And then he also mixed it in with some Genesis launches of ZO and AIN, $1,000 in volume. After a couple of hours, made similar swaps with similar agents, $1,000 in volume, and then let them cook overnight. The next day in the morning, I made similar swaps and waited for the next distribution. Meanwhile, I also pledged for one Genesis and staked it, small amount. What I can tell you is that the points distribution is not a fixed system, and the best way to get more is to try different methods until you hit the jackpot. For example, yesterday I made similar swaps just once, so that will be a 2K volume. And that doesn't mean that he's swapping with $2,000 at a time. He's just saying that swapping in a coin, swapping out of a coin, total volume is $2,000. I do not expect to get many points, but at least I will see the differences and how I can adjust my strategy. So he's kind of coming at this from an A/B test strategy, seeing what the points equal up to, and then the next day trying a few different things. Or trying the same things, just doing them at different times of the day. One great man told me to be like water, and this is what I am doing. I am always adapting and always studying. This guy always shows his daily active points, and for having 3,500 followers, he must be doing something right. And you can see all of the engagement this guy got on this post. All right, now we got Alex, Alexandri NFT 7. While others are chasing hype, he hunts for overlooked gems. All right, this is my boy Alexander NFT 7. Give him a follow, guys. Here's my thoughts and strategy on Virtuals to make 50 to 90,000 points a day. And you can see here, Alex only has 5,200 followers. So he seems to think that the low cap agents are the obvious choice, but finding the good one is hard since everyone chases them. So he targets understaked lower cap agents to secure a larger share of the staked supply early. Why we know that? Low caps yield higher DAB points. Amelia was an agent that gave many DAB points until it went viral. Therefore, it's not just market cap, but the percentage of staked tokens you hold. So he won't go for any agent if it has more than 10% of the total supply staked. My strategy is speculative and not guaranteed, but so far it's been working, and as promised, I'm sharing it publicly. I try to have around 500 staked of the agent that I liked, as well as 10,000 in volume daily. And that doesn't mean, again, that he's swapping $10,000 worth of a token. It could be $500 worth of a token, and he just makes 20 different swaps. As dilution increases, low caps will become more and more staked, so now's the time to act. As it's low capped agents, I don't want to share it on X, but if you're curious, you can find them on the list in this Discord. But he's been publicly sharing all of his daily active bonus. So on June 10th, he had 10,000 daily points distribution and a daily active bonus of almost 75,000 points. So total 85,000 for that day. That is a damn good amount of points. The day before, he went 49 and 6, so that's roughly 57. And on June 6th, he had almost 98,000 points. So this method is obviously successful, and you can see by all the engagement this post got, I'm sure a lot of people are implementing this strategy as well. So Alex, thank you for the tip. Next up, Katarina, who turned yapping into a precision game. Katarina has less than 1,000 followers. So Katarina is leading with the reply guy meta, and she says not all replies are equal. Target verified accounts and top leaderboard farmers. It increases your relevance score. Obviously, if you're commenting on somebody who has a lot of followers, more people are going to see it, more chances for them to engage. Next, she says use active agent keywords. Mention trending agents like Baby, Room, Iris, Vader, and terms like DAB Pledge, VIRTUAL, and Gjail. These signal ecosystem relevance. Engage during peak windows. Yap when the ecosystem is most active, after announcements or agent launches. Timing equals visibility equals better point potential. Jump into new agent threads. New agent posts often carry invisible engagement boosts. Drop your takes early, you'll earn attention and likely points. Balance your posts and replies. One solid post per 80 to 100 replies equals too many low quality replies. And she's not the first person I've heard say a minimum of 50 to 70 replies on other people's posts, as well as posting some stuff to your account as well. Post threads with real value. You're not ever going to get to that leaderboard if you're just copying and pasting Grok or ChatGPT stuff. There's too many people out there doing that. You need to go deeper with your research. React early to Virtual's announcements, and she says engage with the official Virtual's tweets within the first 15 minutes. Avoid low effort spam. W or good morning won't cut it. Solo mode gets respect. No referrals, no problem. Going solo and still farming shows consistency. The algo notices. And lastly, this is one I actually haven't heard of before, and this is participate in community calls. Drop your points, share your pledges, retweet and reply. These prompts often carry social weight. Don't ignore them. And as a bonus tip, she says to track your yaps. So really good tips out of Katarina. Go ahead and give her a follow if you have time, guys. All right, and here is 0x Nikos, and he has about 2,500 followers. And the reason I chose to highlight this guy is because he makes these really cool graphics for his posts, highlighting different virtual agents, different ROIs for each agent. You know, here we've got Legend, Genesis launch summary, oversubscribed by 450%, number of virgins joined, and it did a 5x. And he's done this for just about every big agent that you can think of. And even though he doesn't have a ton of followers, his posts often get a lot of replies. And this is the post I wanted to show you guys. He made this really cool graphic about the two primary ways to earn Virgin Points. So we've got daily active bonus, or DAB, and then we've got daily direct points, or DDP. So to get daily active bonus, you must stake your agent tokens, Genesis or regular agents. So stake equals no points. How to increase your daily active bonus? Staking agent tokens using default virtual staking contract. Staking on whitelisted project-owned staking contract with 14-day unstaking cooldown. Trading agent tokens or virtual, which increases your daily active bonus multiplier. So basically just more volume. And he points out this only acts as a multiplier if you're staking your agent tokens. Agent tokens with a green lock provides an enhanced multiplier. So if this lock is green, it equals it's unlocking in more than 7 days. If you sell when it has a green lock, it equals jeeting, and you go to jeet jail, which means for 10 days you get reduced points. So this is something that you do not want to do unless you've just done like a 50 or a 60x on one of these agent tokens. Obviously, it's going to be more profitable to take profits at that time and then wait for the cooldown period. And then when you see that the lock is yellow, it means you will not trigger Jeet Jail if you sell it. Staking still earns base points regardless of lock state. And to earn DDP points, you can do yapping for points, which includes posting quality content about Virtual's protocol and its agents through an X account. Lock Virtual and receive VIRTUAL, and VIRTUal will be used for on-chain governance. It will serve as the foundation for voting power. And then he goes into staking VADER, but if you guys have been up in the ecosystem over the past couple of days, it kind of came out that VADER may have kind of done some shady shit in the early Genesis launches, and I'm not going to get into that in this video, but if you're interested, go ahead and look it up, but I am not holding any VADER at this time. So Nikos, thank you for these wonderful graphics. Go give him a follow, guys. And lastly, we've got Fook, AZ CoinVest. He starts off with a strategic framework for maximizing Virgin Points, investing approximately 2,000 to 3,000 in Genesis alone agents, which are pivotal in the Virtual's ecosystem. So right off the bat, we see that his method is a little bit more capital intensive, 2,000 to 3,000 in Genesis agents. Staking of Virtual tokens, engaged in staking Virtual's tokens to obtain VIRTUAL. Active participation in Genesis launches, consistently involved in new launches, avoidance of premature liquidation, maintaining holdings to circumvent the Jeet Jail penalty. Insights and recommendations. The introduction of VIRTUAL has redefined the reward structure within the Virtual's protocol, emphasizing the importance of long-term commitment. By staking Virtual tokens, participants not only enhance their point earning potential, but also gain access to exclusive airdrops and governance opportunities. And just within the past 2 weeks, I have gotten 2 different airdrops just from staking Virtuals. The ecosystem rewards sustained engagement and strategic participation. Short-term trading may offer immediate gains, but it often precludes access to more substantial long-term benefits. He gives a list here of resources you guys can come if you want to learn more about his methods. But thank you, Fook, for your insight. He's got about 2,300 followers. So if you're still farming Virtuals blind, you're going to be outplayed. Now that you've seen the underground playbook, there's no more excuses. If they can do it, so can you. The ideas we discussed today are just one layer in this robust ecosystem. If you want the full breakdown as it continues to update in real time, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.